So, Central Intelligence is a film with The Rock and Kevin Hart. Basically,
I think he prefers Dwayne Johnson now.
it's The Rock. So
Yeah,
basically,
it's The
The Rock used to be a teen who was bullied as a kid in his high school. He used to be called the Robbie Weir Dick, and he was caught
I get it.
dancing naked in the showers, singing that very song in the showers. And he was caught by a few of his peers, and he was thrown into the hall where there was a big celebration going on, naked, and obviously that shamed him and that ruined his life, and he's been messed up with that. And however, is then the sort of valedictorian, the popular kid, the one that everyone likes, Calvin Joyner, played by Kevin Hart. He was the big man on campus back then. However, as he's grown up, he's basically become a fast-talking accountant who isn't really happy with how his life went. He's sort of peaked in high school, so he's not very happy with how his life gone. Dwayne Johnson, however, has managed to transform himself to a muscular, The Rock, basically. He's become The Rock, essentially. But obviously, he's still got the sort of socially inept abilities, and sort of out the loopness as he did when he was a kid, because he wasn't very socially popular. So, but he's now changed his name to Bob Stone, and he basically says, "Do you want to go drinking for a bit?" They go drinking. However, eventually he sort of decides that he needs. Well, I mean, it's revealed that he needs Calvin's accountancy skills to sort of reveal this sort of online bidding agency thing where all of these satellite codes are being sent and or sold to terrorists, and it's up to them to. But he's dragged into a sort of plot to save the world, essentially, and it's The Rock versus the world, essentially.
Yeah. Right then. So, explain to me why this Kevin Hart performance is better than any of his other ones where he plays the exact same character. Go.
Well, because I feel like
because he has played the exact same character in 3 films I've seen in the last year. Get Hard, Ride Along 2, and this. He plays the exact same. Down on his luck. Used to be really successful. Not schlubby, but just sort of, yappy sort of Kevin Hart kind of guy going, yeah.
I don't know, I mean, it feels like it feels a bit better because his rapport with The Rock is really good. I enjoyed watching him. Everyone's screaming. Obviously, it does have the usual Kevin Hart shtick, but it's, I don't know. It's
I'm glad you said the word shtick before I did.
Yeah,
but you say it in a positive sense. That's weird.
Oh, no, but I'm saying there is the usual Kevin Hart shtick, and that's a bad thing. But it was definitely a bad thing when I'm referring to that. But the fact that they do work together, they've got a surprisingly good chemistry, I thought, and it's that off balance kilter of seeing someone as buff and as so like physically accomplished as The Rock is.
It's funny because they're different,
and the fact that he's playing a schlubby, like a pretty awkward character who hasn't really got the social groove yet, and and it's obviously juxtaposed with the fact that he's in real life a massive hunk of an ex-wrestler, and it's seeing him, and then obviously contrast that with Kevin Hart, who's playing the sort of massively out of his depth character who's peaked in high school, and yet now he's completely brought into this plot of espionage and satellite codes and double crosses that they're brought into, and they bump into some of their other high school mates along the way, including cameos from Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman popping up in a sort of. I sort of thought of Jason Bateman's character as a little like off-kilter version of his character in The Gift. Yeah. Like, did you see
a Reddit post about that? Somebody says like his character in The Gift and the character in this are pretty much the same.
Are they?
Yeah. Somebody kind of like not analysed them closely, but just noticed on they both had a past where they picked on a younger boy because of their difference. They both had nicknames for the people that they bullied that are quite immature. And then it's both Jason Bateman. There's more than that, but it's a really big sort of long sort of FBI Reddit post.
Oh, well, there you go.
You know what it's like. What it's like. It's just
too far.
Yeah. This needed no analysis at all.
Well, it's just that smiling sociopath that he seems to get quite well now, and I just enjoyed seeing that because he did have fun with that. And I don't know, the film in general, it got a few decent laughs from us because of their great chemistry together, and the plot does keep you guessing a bit. So it's a bit less convenient than you would expect an action comedy to be. The action doesn't always land, but I mean, the comedy itself is pretty solid most of the time. I mean, I did like a lot of the stuff that goes on. A lot of the physical humour is quite good, and that's the big thing.
The Kevin Hart doing backflips but not doing it was funny.
The reason it works for me is because of their chemistry between The Rock and Kevin Hart. They do work, and it is a good buddy comedy for that alone. And I think it does have enough going for it to keep it fresh amongst all of the awful comedies and some of the awful buddy comedy attempts that we've had to see, like a certain Hot Pursuit that we mentioned earlier, which was. That attempted to be a buddy comedy.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. But yeah, I just enjoyed it for what it was. It's not great by any means. It's not, you're not going to love it or anything. But if you want a decent enough comedy that you can have on in the background, or if you've got nothing better to do on a night, then by all means go and see it, because it is worth your money, I think.
So it joins Independence Day and has been the club of just purely brain dead films that you can just sort of sit and
you're allowed that
down with
sometimes,
like
I
a
think.
takeaway curry going, oh, films.
In a world that's getting increasingly dour and spiteful, I think sometimes you do need a bit of light relief.
I reckon no world's alright.
It's not.
It's fine.
It is. That's great.
Not once. I didn't laugh once. Kevin Hart shtick. Let's just call it what it is. Shtick. It doesn't do it for me at all. The Rock. I'll say this much. He's definitely game. He definitely looks like somebody who wants to be a successful actor. In the same vein, and I don't know what film it was when we saw this that we said this, that he wants to be Arnie. It might be in San Andreas actually. He wants to sort of model himself as a new Arnie, where he kind of is adaptable and is the sort of big action hero, but he's got a funny side. And I can certainly see that more from this than I could from San Andreas, which wasn't funny.
Yeah,
San
Andreas tried to take stuff way too seriously.
It was rubbish.
Anyway.
It was really rubbish. I mean, I'm not saying that this is good. It's definitely down there as rubbish, but it's not as bad. I mean, certainly The Rock and Kevin Hart works a lot better than Ice Cube and Kevin Hart, because Ice Cube is so boring. He's not a comedic performer. At least with this, there is more chemistry, even if Kevin Hart is utterly annoying. You just want to grab him and just shake him and say, stop speaking so fast and just get somebody else to do it. But I understand that people do like it because the formula works. It's just me who doesn't like it, because
it's just a bit of like a 90s nostalgia trip that just sort of that hits it. I mean,
why does everyone think 90s nostalgia is everywhere and it's not? It's just forced. People thinking it's. I think people go into films really wanting something because they want it so bad it appears. I think expectations have been well and truly lowered when it comes to comedy. I think I'm yet to see a really good comedy like this, like properly. I think expectations have just really been lowered. I think the fact that people are really saying this is a lot of fun just means there's nothing better than it.
I don't know. I just think the fact that the director that did this, his previous films are Where the Millers, which I haven't seen, but it's not really very good. No. But he also did Dodgeball, so he has shown form for having this sort of cast of misfits and the people coming together that are different types of character stereotypes. And I do feel like just because The Rock is so game, as you say, The Rock's game. He carries the film a lot.
They did that in the producer's office. Kid, who will get The Rock? Oh, The Rock's game.
Because it's just such a juxtaposed image of seeing The Rock playing this stupid, lovably idiotic character, and it is just such a, none of it makes sense. The plot's terrible and it's so paper thin, but it's just the character beats bring it through to the end, because they do work together. Kevin Hart and The Rock, they do have good chemistry. Each other, they do bounce off each other well enough in their character types. So it's good. It's just funny to watch, and it brings a lot of the comedy out.
Oh, you know what I pay for when I go to the cinema? What I pay my upwards of £10 for?
Ooh.
Juxtaposition. Oh, love a bit of juxtaposition. Couldn't write some.
Alright. Okay, alright. Well,
couldn't write some.
Happy anniversary to the film show. Let's just beat Ryan up with a stick constantly.
I love it when they can't write proper characters. They just do like complete polar opposites. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's genius. Yeah.
Okay.
And another Kevin Hart film is an underwritten wife character. Mm-hmm. I don't even know I'm getting upset about.
How's that a problem though?
It's just like it's just the fact that
it's not like she's a stereotype. She's a successful working woman.
There's such a formula in place. They literally don't even need to bother just trying to change things. It could just be like sort of wife.
I think you're expecting too much.
No. I think Joe's with me on this. I think you're all expecting too little. It's not me. I'm not.
What are you expecting from a buddy comedy with The Rock and Kevin Hart?
Something funny.
Yeah, and I got that. I had a few laughs.
Well done.
I didn't barely laugh, but I had quite a few laughs.
You clearly went in with just sort of.
I just wanted to be entertained.
Yeah,
it's been a terrible week for the UK and for everything, and I just wanted a few laughs.
But that's fair enough.
I was entertained.
Okay, let's just.
It's not Citizen Kane. It's not even a great comedy like Groundhog Day or something like that. It's just entertaining.
Never said it was.
It's like the original Ted. It's something you put on in the background.
I cannot.
You look at it occasionally, you laugh at it, and then you move on with your life.
I'm gonna settle this right. You went in wanting to like it. I went in wanting to like it. You liked it. I didn't. That's
what are you going to say?
I cannot comment as I have not seen it, so I don't know. I can't really give my.
No.
Sadly. Yeah.
And the fact that we've been so ruined by terrible comedies since we started this show.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
I mean, we've had comedies like Vacation, which have had one good scene in the entire thing.
The thing is, like, Vacation on a whole was worse, but it had that one scene. This didn't even have that one scene, but I would still rate it higher.
Yeah, but that one scene was simply because of Charlie Day. Yeah. One character who doesn't pop up again. And then we've had these just constantly awful comedies like Hot Pursuit, which still wants me to pull my eyeballs out and throw them in the North Sea.
Yeah.
And, just comedy after comedy that just doesn't land, and it's just a welcome relief to have something that has made me laugh a few times.
Mm.
And it's not going to be anywhere near any of my end of year lists,
No.
but just it was funny.
The cold hard thing that I'm going to put a line is that you laughed, I didn't. That's it.
Fair enough.
We're
And
di-
isn't
we're di-
that a
we're-
beautiful world
we're
for having that
different.
variety?
We're different people. So there you go.
There you go.
It's not like I went in expecting something
Joe's
good.
got the biggest
I just didn't enjoy it.
grin. He's watching this fall apart.
I'm gonna like flip the desk.
Bloody
It's
little
like
finger
it's
here.
Screwball comedies, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
See,
just- it's-
no, like that's no, because that's not a screwball comedy. It's just a sort of generic.
No, I'm
generic
seeing that that's
blockbuster,
always the thing we fall back on.
bleed the money out of it. Yeah.
Screwball comedy. This is a buddy comedy. Where
Yeah, buddy
it's
comedy.
it's a dumb goofball comedy.
So in roughly how many years do you think we'll see Central Intelligence 2?
I don't know.
2?
It did feel like a script that was on the back
Could they
burner
get-
for quite
could-
a while.
Do you reckon they could get it done by next
And
Friday?
there's Twilight references.
Yeah, which is really funny.
Aaron
since
Paul
Twilight was
pops.
about
Aaron
5
Paul
years ago.
pops up, and
Do you think
there's
his
this Breaking Bad line which you can't say on the radio. Well, it's Breaking Bad word that we can't say on the radio.
Do you
and
think his
obviously,
heart sank when he saw it in the script? Like, oh, not again.
no, that's and like, he pauses before he says it, and the entire cinema groaned. Oh, God. Oh, fair enough. But I don't. It was.
People falling over doesn't do it for me.
It's just. It's not. It's nothing. It's just a few funny laughs in a script, and I enjoyed it. So
Aye. Well,
well, there you go.
the Rock carries anything he's in.
Oh, mate,
He
got
is
massive
a
arms.
charisma generator. That is what he is.
nice one.
What?
That
He does. The Rock. The Rock
No, you
fireman
missed,
carries.
you missed my.
You missed the bands.
You missed my
Oh.
bands. It's all right. Anyway, that's Central Intelligence. If you see it across the week, don't get in touch because it'll just make me angry.
Alright.
Send it to Ryan. What are you on Twitter? Monty721.
Yeah.
There you go. Send
There you go.
directly to him. Don't
Send
bother
me your
me.
hate mail.
Anything else? LRJ Film Show, but not Central Intelligence. I don't care. I literally don't care.